Welcome back to Happy Mind Thrive, where we uncover the subtle psychological cues that shape our daily social interactions and relationships. Jealousy is not always loud anger or obvious hate. Sometimes it hides behind a friendly smile, waiting to strike silently. Today we reveal the hidden signs of a jealous person, specifically 5 behaviors that are often overlooked by most people. These individuals do not show obvious envy. Instead, they wear a mask of friendship while secretly harboring deep resentment inside. Recognizing these signs is crucial for your mental well-being and for maintaining healthy boundaries with those around you today. Let us dive deep into the 5 subtle behaviors that reveal a jealous heart, starting with the most confusing one. The first sign is when they support your potential but remain completely silent when you actually make real progress. They love hearing about your dreams because, at that stage, your success is just a fantasy and not a reality. However, the moment you start taking action and achieving tangible results, their attitude suddenly shifts to cold and distant silence. They stop asking how things are going because your growth reminds them of their own stagnation and lack of progress. It is a strange silence that feels heavy, especially when they were so loud and supportive just a few weeks ago. This behavior shows they are comfortable with you dreaming, but they are threatened when you start becoming a winner. If you notice someone goes mute exactly when you start winning, be very careful about sharing your future victories. This leads us to the second dangerous sign, which involves how they gather information to use against you later. The second sign is when they ask detailed questions, not to connect, but to weaponize that information against you. They probe deep into your private life, asking about your salary, relationship troubles, or family issues under the guise of care. But this data is not for empathy. It is ammunition they collect to gossip or lower your social status later. They want to find cracks in your armor so they can feel superior or expose your flaws to others. Pay attention if their questions feel like an interrogation rather than a conversation between 2 trusting and close friends. True friends respect your privacy, while jealous people feel entitled to know every dark detail of your personal life. They are searching for anything that proves your life is not as perfect as it seems to the outside world. Now observe how they behave differently when you are alone versus when you are in a large group setting. The third sign is that they praise you in private, but will never compliment you in front of others. In private, they might say you are talented, but in public, they refuse to validate your worth to anyone. They fear that acknowledging your success publicly will lower their own status or make you shine brighter than them. It is a control tactic to ensure you do not get too much social credit or admiration from the group. This duality is confusing, making you wonder if you are imagining things. But trust your gut feeling about it. A true supporter is consistent. They will cheer for you whether the room is empty or full of people. Moving on to the fourth sign, which involves how they use your history as a weapon to humble you. The fourth sign is that they remember the exact dates and details of your past failures like a historian. When you are confident, they bring up old mistakes to remind you of your place and kill your vibe. They keep an archive of your stumble to use whenever you start to fly too high for their comfort. They disguise these comments as jokes or nostalgia. But the intent is to puncture your self-esteem and confidence. By keeping you tethered to a flawed past, they prevent you from embracing your successful and evolved present self. Do not let anyone define you by who you used to be, especially those who fear who you are becoming. Finally, the body never lies, and the fifth sign is entirely physical and impossible for them to hide. The fifth sign is that their body language shows visible discomfort whenever you are the center of positive attention. Notice how they cross their arms or check their phones repeatedly when everyone else is focused on your big moment. They physically cannot stand not being the focal point, and their body reacts with stress and irritation involuntarily. They might even physically leave the room because watching you shine is actually painful for their fragile ego. If you see these nonverbal cues consistently, understand that their jealousy is visceral and deeply rooted in their psyche. Recognizing these 5 hidden signs helps you see reality clearly and stop seeking validation from the wrong people. You cannot change a jealous person, but you can change how much access and energy you give to them. Protect your peace by keeping your biggest dreams and achievements for those who truly celebrate your happiness sincerely. Thank you for watching Happy Mind Thrive. Subscribe for more insights, and remember to protect your peace from hidden jealousy.